final day. It really is the final day. 300 kilometers to the ferry. I'm glad and I'm sad and I don't know how I am. Yeah, I don't know how I feel. A bit excited to get home, and just looking back over some of the videos and the pictures there last night in the hotel and stuff you'd nearly forget. Like, I think only when I get home and go back to the very start of it and go through it all, that I'll really appreciate how good a trip it was and how much I managed to squeeze into it. I was just thinking there the other day, remember that Canadian fella giving me the little badge on the beach first day I was over. That feels like a very long time ago now. And that was the very first day with France. Looked like it was going to rain, and then the sun came out and it was absolutely roasting for the day. So yeah, I didn't do much recording yesterday. One, because the weather was so bad. Two, because batteries were flat. And three, I just wasn't in the mood for it. It was just a lot more way of driving it. It looks like rain again, Ted. Just going grand there for a while. Never get a shot of juice. Get an old cup of coffee and have an old smoke and get the old wet gear on. Okay, so I came out. I was standing over there having a fag and came out with a shop, and the cops pulled in and they were walking around my bike for ages. I was there, oh Christ, after getting nabbed now for speeding or something. So I came out with a corner and gave them an old thumbs up to see what the story is, and they walked over. No English. I said, oh Christ, what's going to happen now? So eventually they explained to me they're just keeping an eye on my helmet because a lot of them get robbed around the place. So I thought I was in trouble. Trying to figure out from this trip that you're on the bike, big towns and cities and stuff, just they're not for me anyway. Sooner just stay away from, like the cops are saying, they're just trying to watch their stuff and where am I going to park the bike, where's it going to be safe, lugging off the tank bag and the sat nav and carrying your helmet and everything with you, like. And they're up the Alps there on top of the mountains. There could be 100 bikes around the place and everyone has their helmet left on top of their bike, their tank bag, their sat nav, everything's, nobody touches anything. I learned a bit from doing it, but there's nothing that I done that I would have changed too much. Bar avoiding a few of the cities, which wasn't a big deal anyway. Planning the route a little bit better, a lot more waypoints. I'd write a list of towns that I was going through for day by day and just put them into the sat nav in the morning, so you know you're going the exact route that you picked out, because you can go straight very handily, miss out on little places and stuff. It's no big deal either, but if there's a route you want to do, pick your list of towns. And the cheapness of the whole thing has really got me thinking, because to do campsites you could get by on 350 quid a week. You're camping, your juice and your food. Well, you mightn't be eating the best, like, you'll probably be cooking your own, but you know, you wouldn't be going hungry. Free Wi-Fi there is no such thing as free Wi-Fi. If you get free Wi-Fi, it's shit Wi-Fi. There's no two ways about it. High points of the trip. I think getting to the east of France, started getting a bit mountainy and heading up into the a bit mountainy, a bit forestry. You kind of know the landscape is changing, and you were getting up into the mountains and getting up into Switzerland and hitting them first few tunnels. I know it was raining that day, but oh man, some feeling just to be coming down them mountains and in through the tunnels. And, it's just hard to explain. Kind of just, yeah, this is it, like, fucking here now. This is what it's all about. It's just a good feeling to have got even that far, like, going down around the lakes. It was a bit stormy the first night I was there, and heading up, getting the tent up, sun was out second day, getting the boxes off and heading up the Suslin Pass. And I tell you, that was just amazing. That was such a first taste of them mountain passes, like, and it was a good one. It was just lovely, just wide enough, tight enough, twisty enough, perfect road, unbelievable scenery. That was just, that is hard to put into words, that one. Second day, Brucha, Grimsel, up and down them all day, Goddard Pass, Dolomites, unbelievable. Bit quieter than Switzerland, but not a whole pile. Serious roads up there. Silvio, the Ubrel. I can't even remember the names of the rest of them. Amazing. Especia, sun, beautiful, stayed in a hotel looking down over the whole harbour. Serious spot. Couple of little villages around there. Then Uza, Rigmarole. I can't remember the names of them, but if you're heading down that way, check them out. They're beautiful little villages, right down, kind of down the bottom of the cliff, and they're mad. You could actually give a few days wandering around there. There's actually a little train that goes from the Especia out there and does all them little villages, and it might be actually a nice way to see them, because there's no parking. You're not allowed down into the villages. You have to park maybe half a kilometre outside them and walk down. No problem walking down, but I tell you, it's murder of a hill walking back up in the heat. So there's a little train that runs along the coast there. I just wanted to park the bike up for a day and head along them, and really nice, very hot, so it'd be nice maybe to be on the old train in the shorts and the t-shirt and not lugging helmets and gear around with you. Be a nice way to see them. I think I've nearly 2,000 pictures taken or so. So maybe in a while down the road, and I'm feeling a bit low or something, I'll look back at them pictures and maybe get a bit of that feeling again. But what do you do with 2,000 pictures? Do you print them off? 2,000 pictures, I don't know what they charge for a picture now. It must be nearly €1 a picture to get them printed off. Some crackers there, there's some very good ones. You tend to just put them on an old memory card or an old stick or something, and they're fucked in their press, and that's the end of them. Or you lose the stick or the memory card, or your laptop gets broken, or your phone gets broken, and they're gone. Oh, I'm not going to let that happen with these ones. Unless the boat sinks going home or something, then I'm kind of screwed, alright, but let's hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, I was a bit low yesterday. I was like, heading home, but you know what? I'll be glad to go home. Be on an old bed and my bikes and stuff. Yeah. Jordan all week or two will be going, oh Christ. Reality. Oh, anyhow. Oh, it is windy up here. Mad. That is Cannes. The first town I met, I suppose. Just if you're on the motorways in France, especially in the central France, just watch yourself. There is some serious crosswinds. Didn't really get it yesterday because no battery was on, but there was times I was nearly lying on the tank just to keep out of the crosswind. It was throwing the bike all over the place, and 1 minute it's hammering you from the left, next thing you get it from the right, and you're shooting you all over the place. So I was actually lying on the tank just to keep out of the, stop it battering me around too much. If you really wanted to, you could probably make Switzerland in a day. If you arrived in here and you got an early ferry in or something, say 8-9 hours driving would get you down there. If you wanted to put that kind of torture on yourself, you probably could, like. Cherbourg, 1 sore arse, 2 soggy boots, 4 tanks of juice, 881 kilometers, and 1 cold me. Right, flattened my battery there, stopping and starting, waiting to get checked at the boat. So my old jump start thing came into action there, thank God. Hello. Ticket? Yeah, please. Okay, just getting off the boat here, and a load of bikes fell over in the storm last night. Smashed in shite, some of them. Lucky enough, I don't think mine got it. Oh, nor can I claim for my box? Hardly. Okay lads, taxi. Oh, home sweet home. Wow, lucky. No damage yours. Yours okay?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this okay as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're lucky. Okay. Anyway, enjoy your holidays. If you're in Tipperary, give me a call.
Okay.
Okay. I'll see you. So this is home. This is Ireland. Back to driving on the right side of the road, which is the left. Oh, at least it's not pissing rain. Not pissing rain yet, anyway. And thank God the old face jump survived. Or maybe it fell over and just didn't knock a funk out. Fucking thing is hard as fuck. So that's it. Through the ferry. Jeez, I feel bad for them lads. Bikes is damaged. A couple of ways from the Lisburn there. Have a long way to go, yeah. 200 odd mile ahead of them, so they're kind of in snookered, and a couple of Germans that are only starting their trip. I don't know, I suppose you're meant the broken levers is kind of a bit bollocks, but yeah, not good, not good. I always thought the way to tie the bikes down on the boat is dodgy anyway. They're too close together for a start, and you should just have a yoke in the ground that locks the front wheel in place and then strap it, so there can't be any movement. This lad bought a spare helmet, or he lost someone along the way. There she is, the old thing I was laughing at the last day. Going, oh, so thank God I'm not going on that rusty thing. That's what I came back on. Oh God, I was sleeping on the couch last night and I really fell off it 2 or 3 times. The boat was rolling around so much. Oh, I kind of didn't get much sleep last night and had a few beers and yeah, I fell asleep late enough and I woke up around 2. It was fairly rough and didn't get back to sleep till after 4 or 5 o'clock, and then I was awake again at 8, like, so it wasn't what you call a good night's sleep. But anyone I was talking to was in the cabins and stuff was all over the place. It's chairs sliding up and down them and fucking ladders and banging in yokes. I was asleep beside the bar and there was glass that's been broke and bottles banging around the place. Germans and the Italian fella that I met on the boat are a strange time to come touring around Ireland. Just didn't make sense to me or any of the other Irish people on the boat. Maybe they didn't do their homework really, or maybe they don't mind getting wet. Don't know. Time to start rattling through a few yokes there. Just trying to get home now. So that's it, job done, ball burst, game over. 4,013 miles, not so bad. Got home and I'm getting wet. Yeah, it's a bit weird driving back into this place.